facing the riddle of the Nimbus owl, Poppy tiptoed cautiously into the heart of the Cloud Kingdom's ancient library, where the Nimbus owl perched atop a towering stack of glowing books. His feathers shimmered like moonlight, and his eyes, wise and knowing, seemed to peer directly into her thoughts. "To find what you seek," he hooted gently, "you must solve my riddle. Only then will the path to the wind sprites be revealed." Poppy's heart fluttered with both excitement and nerves as she nodded, ready to face the challenge. The Nimbus owl's voice echoed softly through the library as he posed his riddle. "I am not alive, yet I grow. I do not have lungs, yet I need air. I do not have a mouth, and yet I drown. What am I?" Poppy furrowed her brow, her mind racing as she thought of all the wondrous things she had encountered so far. Puffball pixies giggled from the corners of the room, their whispers reminding her to stay calm and think carefully. After a moment of deep thought, Poppy's face lit up with understanding. "Fire!" she exclaimed, her voice ringing with certainty. The Nimbus owl's eyes twinkled with approval as he spread his wings wide. "You are correct, brave one," he said, his voice filled with pride. "The wind sprites await you, but remember, the courage and wisdom you've shown here will guide you through the challenges ahead." With a grateful bow, Poppy turned toward the next step of her whimsical quest, her heart brimming with determination. Overcoming fears with courage, Poppy's heart raced as she stood at the edge of the cloud bridge, its shimmering surface swaying gently under her feet. The thought of crossing it made her knees wobble, but she remembered the wise words of Nimbus Owl. Courage isn't the absence of fear, but the choice to move forward despite it. Taking a deep breath, she clutched the puffball pixie's glowing lantern tightly and stepped onto the bridge, her determination shining brighter than the stars above. Halfway across, a sudden gust of wind sent the bridge quivering, and Poppy froze, her hands gripping the silky cloud ropes on either side. "You can do it, Poppy!" the puffball pixies cheered from behind, their giggles carrying encouragement through the air. Summoning every ounce of bravery, Poppy focused on the lantern's warm glow and took one step, then another, until her feet finally touched the solid, fluffy ground on the other side. As she turned to see the bridge behind her dissolve into wisps of mist, a wave of pride washed over her. Poppy realized that her fear hadn't vanished, but she had faced it with courage, and that made her stronger. With a renewed sense of confidence, she smiled at the pixies and said, "Let's keep going. We've got a kite to find and a kingdom to explore." The importance of kindness and helping others. As Poppy wandered through the fluffy meadows of the Cloud Kingdom, she stumbled upon a puffball pixie, struggling to lift a bundle of sparkling dewberries. The tiny creature's wings fluttered desperately, but the load was far too heavy. Without hesitation, Poppy knelt down and offered her help. Together, they carried the bundle to the pixie's home, where a chorus of cheerful giggles erupted in gratitude. "Kindness is like a gentle breeze," the pixie said with a twinkle in her eye. "It carries us further than we could ever go alone." Later, as Poppy continued her quest, she encountered a group of wind sprites tangled in a shimmering net of stardust. Though these were the very creatures who had taken her kite, Poppy couldn't ignore their plight. She carefully untangled the sparkling threads, her small hands working with patience and care. The wind sprites, now free, swirled around her in a dance of joy, their laughter ringing like wind chimes. "You helped us even though we wronged you," one of them whispered. "For that, we owe you our thanks and our friendship." Poppy realized that every act of kindness, no matter how small, created ripples that spread far and wide. By helping others, she wasn't just solving problems, she was building bridges of trust and understanding. As she walked on, her heart felt lighter, and the Cloud Kingdom seemed even more magical. She knew now that kindness wasn't just a lesson to learn, it was a gift to share, one that made every challenge a little easier to face.